I had some people asking me what Amenex actually is.
Amenex is basically a quote-unquote dream of mine that I wanted always to start but never got around to starting because there's a lot of like people being like starting shit and doing their own thing, and it always held me back, as in like thinking, oh damn, this is already done, you know, people have already started a podcast, people have already, you know, made clothes, people have already done this, that, blah blah blah. But it took me a little while to realize that it doesn't matter, everything already exists. I just want to create and put out something that I like to put out. So I started Amenex back in the day, standing for Amenex, the murder of souls. It's kind of a thing as in my opinion, in school and in our, how would you put it?
Well, I see Amenex and the murder of souls as in you have society, right? And they pressure us to be something that we aren't, or they want us to be different. You can't be yourself. And we try to live the way we are. Because a lot of people, like your parents, always say, oh, we want the best for you, right? But the best don't mean the thing you want. The best means have a job, like save, live life. But that's not how we want to live. We want to do something we're passionate about and make money that way. And it's not even about money even. It's like
it's
being able to do it and live life like that.
Yeah, it's a critique on how the soul of a person is taken away and being like, no, everybody gonna get taught the same way, everybody gonna like study the same shit, and then you're gonna have this job and that's it. Like you're very like, it's like a very tunnel vision road to a 9 to 5. And I dislike that a lot because I wasn't the best student. I'm not school smart. I'm not gonna sit here and act like high school was the time of my life. It really wasn't. I was struggling to get through it because I didn't feel like I fit in whatsoever. I couldn't keep up. And that's not because I'm stupid. I just school wasn't meant for me like that. And I really was always about creating. Like the notes that I would get is I got kicked out of 2 schools because I used to draw on everything. I drew on everything. Because I love bro, that was all I was doing. I was paying attention to what the teacher was saying, but just meanwhile doodling on my shits and like on books and on benches. And I'm not gonna say it's good, but you know.
I did the same thing. I was not seen as a good student because I was constantly drawing, and also the people in my class were like, oh, don't ask him shit because he's not paying attention, he's just doing this, he's doing that. But like, I did do economics and later human sciences, but I never enjoyed it. Like, when I was young, already I knew I wanted to do art. And I always asked my mom, can I do art? But my mom and my family is really like, oh, get degrees, do this, do that. And I always knew I wanted to do something different what I'm doing now. But from family ways, I got pushed all the ways in this thing that I didn't like and I disliked. And it took a lot. Like, it got me through some dark times. But I'm 21 now and I'm finally doing what I want to do. Not fully yet, because I'm still stuck a bit in the old ways, but I do have to say...
You finish in school for your parents, kind of.
Yeah, but I do have to say, having the old ways is still good because it gave me something that I can use for what I like to do, because now I'm very much good in economics and how to do business.
Very good on the business side of things.
On the business side. And I know that my family probably thinks that I'm gonna do something in business fully, but no, for me it's like I'm gonna take the business side of my arts. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's weird, because that's the same for me as well. Me in school, I also did graphic design. Well, I tried a lot of things. I did in total like over 10 subjects, I think. I did a lot. I tried a lot of things that I like. Okay, maybe this is something for me, you know? I was also always a very active person. I have ADD and sometimes ADHD. It depends on my moods. And they were like, oh, you're a hyperactive, loud kid. Go do something with sports. Get that out of you. And that didn't help for me. Like, yes, I enjoyed doing sports, but that didn't make me less. Like, I didn't pay more attention or something because I did sports. And I tried a lot of subjects to find what I liked, and then I found graphic designing, and it taught me basically. I always knew how to draw because of my dad, and just being creative growing up. And then graphic design like switched it over and being like, oh look, here's so much more you can create. Like it doesn't just stop with drawing, you know. There's so much you can do, and I learned how to draw on my computer as well. And it started from there really. Like that really took off. Like I really implement that in my craft now, and yeah.
Get it. Yeah. For me, it's also I'm a very bad student, but music was always there. Like I started playing bass guitar because I wanted it, but then we had to go to music school, music theory, and music theory is shit to learn. Bro. So I dropped out of that. Then I tried again with electrical guitar, but they tried to make me again to music theory. So dropped out again. Then I started making beats on my own. And I do gotta say, like I'm at the point now that I'm like, shit, I wish that I did this music theory shit, because I don't know anything. Like I don't know anything.
But you have a lot of rhythm, so I think like if you practice it enough, you'll easily understand it. Because that's something I was also surprised about with you trying techno and house. It's really natural to you. Yeah. Like just the sound is very natural to you.
But everything is pure on feeling, and it's a good thing. There's a feeling because it feels natural, but it's also a bad thing because there's a lot of producers who can go in the studio today and be like, okay, we're gonna make this, and they're gonna make shit. But there's a lot of days, like now I've not been creating new things because I've not been feeling inspired, and it's not coming out. Like yesterday I was trying and nothing comes out. And it can be a random moment that I had a bad day or something, or a very good day, that I open the computer and a lot of beats come out and it flows. But the problem is there, if I later want to work with people, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because I can go into a studio, but I don't know if anything's gonna come out.
I get what you mean. But I think that's all like very now, like looking at you now, you think that might happen. But I think the more you progress in making beats, a lot of artists learn. Tyler, the Creator, bro, he always by his musical teacher, apparently, that was always told like that he couldn't play instruments or something. And now he's on like his fourth instrument that he's learning or something. And I think that you can really learn instruments by just practicing and like hearing it. And I think you would be good at getting it naturally.
I think that's all what Amenex is about, like finding your own way, doing it your own way, and not really caring about the critique.
Yeah, it's really it's really on that level, like just.
Yeah, and also doing a lot of stuff because we're interested in a lot of different things. Because Amenex now, I get that people are like, what is Amenex? Because we're gonna come out with a lot of different things like music, clothing, with the podcast, but we want to do so much more because I've heard you talk about furniture, but this is all future shit. I want to do videos, everything, like.
Yeah, we want to do a lot of shit, and it's hard because we have so many ideas that we all like want to push out. I want to make furniture, I want to make cars, like I have connections in all departments that I want to create something. But it's kind of like in Dutch you say taking too much hay on your fork. It's like I want to do too much at a time that it kind of overwhelms you, and that's why it can be a little bit chaotic sometimes. And that's why I'm really happy that we finally got around to starting a podcast, that the music is like starting to get put out. The clothing is gonna be starting to get put out, you know, like there are finally a few things that we can really focus on and bring out, and you know, we'll build it from there. And clothing, we're starting with a trucker hat drop that will be previewing soon hopefully. I don't know, it depends on manufacturers. But let's hope they fast.
Then Hankson is gonna release a new EP still. The last things that I have with Proc, I'm gonna drop.
You're gonna drop that as an EP?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it as an EP. Then also I'm gonna start a new Spotify, Hankso XOXO, and that's gonna be purely techno and type shit, you know.
more.
But that's things that I do alone, because I'm also gonna do things together of techno with Sex and Champagne, and that is also an EP coming. So 3 projects coming now on the way soon.
Yeah.
And then we got the clothing, of course.
We got the clothing. We also want to do vlogs.
Vlogs, definitely, yeah.
We also want to do vlogs because we talked about that in a previous episode as well. But it's
a lot of ideas, but we have to get to it.
Exactly, yeah. And we also have like our things going on in our private lives, of course, that we also have to keep in track. So it's a lot of shit that we want to push out, but that will definitely happen in the future. Just we'll see when.
We'll see when, and
no rush.
Later on, I hope also to add on more creatives in our team, because now it's the 3. Now it's the 3 of us. There's 1 person missing, Alexander. But more creatives later on the way.
Yeah, we would love to add to the team, of course. But I think it's hard for us to do that now, being like, oh, okay, everybody's welcome, because we're new ourselves to this. But definitely, like, people that just want to create and do something with their art and fuck with the vision, kind of. We want them in our team, and we just want to bring creators together and really push it, and we want to do everything, everything, really. So, yeah, Amenex is kind of a collective. I like to compare it to OG, like the ASAP Mob, what they do with OG. I think it's really cool what they do, because they really be doing everything. Like, everything is possible in their house, let's put it that way. So I'm not gonna say that we're on that level whatsoever, but it's something we want to kind of strive towards. It's not gonna be a copy of OG, but it's a good example, you know. So yeah, I would say that describes Amenex kind of.
It does indeed.
The meaning of Amenex is the murder of souls, and what is Amenex is
We're everything.
A crew. We're everything. Yeah, a collective, a family. Yes, AMX.
And let's see that the family gets bigger and bigger.